The late afternoon sun cast golden shadows across Siena's Piazza del Campo. Elena, a young artist from Kyoto, sat sketching by the Fonte Gaia, lost in her art and the city's timeless beauty. A sudden breeze threatened her drawings, but a steady hand pressed down the page. Liam, a carpenter from Ireland, offering a gentle smile. "Wouldn't want to lose this," he said, his voice warm and kind. For a moment, they simply looked at each other, two strangers connected by the beauty around them. The world bustled, but between them was a quiet, profound silence. Liam glanced at her sketch. "That's beautiful," he murmured. "You have a real gift for seeing things." His words resonated deeply, as if he understood her passion without explanation. In that instant, a fragile spark ignited under the Tuscan sun, promising a story yet to be written. Sometimes the most meaningful connections begin with a simple act of kindness. Elena came from Kyoto's world of quiet beauty and tradition, Liam from Ireland's wild coast and open laughter. They sat together on a stone bench as the sun set, sharing stories of their homes and dreams. Elena described cherry blossoms and tea ceremonies, the peace of Zen gardens, and the value of silence. Liam spoke of green hills, ancient legends, and the warmth of his small-town community. Their worlds were different, but curiosity bridged the gap. He listened as if walking Kyoto's streets beside her. She imagined the Irish coast through his words. On that bench, their differences became invitations to understand, not obstacles. Two lives, two cultures, gently overlapping in the heart of Italy. They realized that sometimes the best conversations happen between worlds. And so, their story began to intertwine. Their days in Siena settled into a gentle rhythm of discovery and companionship. They explored winding streets, Liam's laughter mingling with Elena's quiet observations. He encouraged her to step out from behind her sketchbook. She taught him to notice the beauty in small moments. Their cultural quirks, her polite bows, his hearty gestures, became sources of amusement and affection. They learned from each other, blending their perspectives into something new. One evening, caught in a sudden downpour, they took shelter under an old church archway. The world outside blurred, but together they found a private bubble of warmth. Liam brushed a raindrop from her cheek, a simple, tender gesture that spoke volumes. In that moment, they weren't from Ireland or Japan, just two souls finding shelter together. Sometimes love is found in the quiet spaces between words. Their hearts beat to the same rhythm as the falling rain. Words sometimes failed them. Their differences led to small misunderstandings. Liam's boldness could overwhelm Elena, while her silences puzzled him. But they learned that true communication was more than language. One afternoon by the Arno River, Elena's homesickness surfaced. Liam simply sat beside her, offering silent comfort. In that quiet, she felt his love more deeply than words could express. When Liam received worrying news from home, Elena offered a drawing of the Irish coast, a silent gesture of hope. He saw she understood his heart, even without perfect words. These moments of vulnerability wove them closer together. They discovered a language of glances, gentle touches, and shared silences. Their love grew stronger, not despite their differences, but because of the effort to understand. Love, they learned, transcends words. The day they dreaded arrived, time to leave Italy and return to separate lives. Their last evening was quiet, the city's magic tinged with sorrow. On the bench where it all began, words felt inadequate. Liam finally spoke. "I don't want this to be the end. What we have is real." Elena nodded, tears in her eyes, the pain of parting almost unbearable. At the airport, their embrace was desperate, trying to memorize every detail. "This isn't goodbye," Liam whispered. "Just see you later." As Elena walked towards her gate, the words felt fragile against the weight of distance. The closing gate marked the end of a chapter, but not their story. Love, once awakened, is not so easily left behind. Even as they parted, hope lingered. Their hearts carried the promise of more. Weeks apart became a test of longing and resilience. Time zones and distance challenged their connection, doubts creeping in. Messages and video calls became lifelines, though often imperfect. Family and friends questioned the practicality of their love. Some days the effort felt overwhelming, yet small acts kept their bond alive. Liam learned Japanese, sent her a hand-carved box. Elena sent sketches of her life in Kyoto. They shared their worlds, piece by piece. The turning point came when Liam, frustrated by a bad connection, held up a note. "I love you," written in Japanese. Elena wept with joy, seeing his effort and devotion. Their love built a bridge across oceans, one act of faith at a time. It was not easy, but it was real. They chose each other again and again. 6 months later, Elena arrived in Dublin, heart pounding with hope. She found Liam waiting, wildflowers in hand, a sign reading, "Welcome home, Elena." Their reunion was quiet, deeply real, a silent embrace that spoke of all they'd endured. Together, they explored the Irish coast, Elena finally seeing the world that shaped him. She taught him Japanese words for sea and sky. He shared the wild beauty of his homeland. They weren't just visiting, they were building a new world together. Their story wasn't a fairy tale, but a journey of learning and compromise. Love, they realized, draws its own map, crossing borders, bridging cultures. Hand in hand, they faced the future, knowing love is the truest compass. Their hearts had found their way home.